Hey, what's good, everybody? It's me, your hero, Benjamin Banks, and you're watching Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. And joining me, as always, are my co-hosts from the Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks podcast, Trav the Trash Man Martin and Rebellious D. How you fellas doing today?
Hey, it's on Shredder wearing that trash on his head. You know the trash man.
You see the Zemo?
That's right.
Hey, I got the Dragon Ball Z shirt on. I love it when we be having these nerd shirts on up here.
Gotcha.
And unfortunately, we don't have on any DC shirts because we are reviewing Titan Season 3, Episode 9, Souls. And before we get into today's review, make sure that you like this video, you subscribe to the channel, and you hit that bell button so that way you're always notified when we have new content here on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks.
And as always, podcast in the description. Like, follow, subscribe. Thank you for watching.
Slam dunk, baby.
That is right. And before we get into this review too, I do want to give a shout out because it is my brother's birthday today. And what a better time for this brand new episode of Titans to come out on his birthday. And not only is his birthday going to be a fire birthday, but this episode was fire.
Correct.
And just by the title alone, Souls. I know when we did our review last week, we had talked about, is this episode going to be about Rachel and Donna? And man, not only was it about Rachel and Donna, we had your boy Hank show up.
Hank.
I told D earlier, I was just like, hey man, I was getting Supernatural vibes.
I was about to say, you mean Hank or you mean Dean Winchester?
It was Dean Winchester, bro.
He was auditioning for that reboot.
Hey, what was the song that was playing? The Bon Jovi song, "Living on a Prayer." I was just like, bro, I was like, this is dope. This was a fire episode, man. And
right.
I know that stuff happened later in the episode, but just seeing Rachel in Themyscira and she's training with the other Amazons, like I thought that was awesome, man. This episode overall was awesome. It was really awesome. D, what was your take on seeing Rachel in Themyscira and seeing her new outfit too?
Well, my first thought was like, is this the Airbender or the last Shadow Bender? She was up in there blocking swords with it. I mean, it was fun to see her developing as a character, and then on a physical standpoint. Because I mean, it's just fun because I'm pretty sure that Gar is going to get to develop as well, and we will get to see him change into multiple animals. And I mean, it's fun because you can see what they're doing, how they're progressing in the story now. It's gonna be fun. I love the episode. Trav?
Hey man, another one in the bank, man, for these
and another
guys.
one.
Hey, they DJ Callieing us every week, bro, and we here for it.
Yes sir.
That's it, bro. Yeah. Well, crap, I was about to say, this is my prediction / whatever. I feel like Hank can't come back because his body wasn't preserved. Right. Yeah. So what's it called? That was cool. Yeah, it was cool how like he stayed and fought them, and they got to cross the bridge and come over, and then he got to meet up with his brother.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. It was just like Supernatural, man. It's just like Sam showed up. He was just like, Dean, I've been here waiting for you. And it was just so awesome seeing Don, and he was just like, yeah, man. It's like, I figured that they needed somebody here to protect the people from the ghouls, because the ghouls were running rampant. They was taking people's souls. It was interesting seeing that Tim was on this train and pretty much he was dying. But then when Tim finds out that there is a way for him to get back to the living world, and also too for Donna, because Trav, like how you said, it's like Hank's body had been destroyed, but Donna's body was on Themyscira. Raven, she had been trying to resurrect her, but she was unsuccessful. And the thing with Tim had just been shot, but he had been in the hospital. So it was just cool that Donna was able to wake up, because it's like it just felt like that she was just sitting there on the train, and like that's what she had told Hank. It was just like, she was gone, and she didn't see herself wanting to come back to be a hero. She just was fine where she was at in life, because she was disappointed with the way that she died. You know what I'm saying? And I understand. It's just like, instead of her going out in a blaze of glory, she died at an amusement park. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to remember, wasn't it because it was she got electrocuted, right?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
She was protecting civilians, I think. She caught it and it just fried her. and then she falls on top of whatever it was.
Yeah, because Connor, he ended up, it was like an electrical tower that had fell over or something, and Connor caught it, but Donna, she was trying to protect the people, like Dee said, and she ended up losing her life. But I'm glad that Tim, you know, he was getting his memories back, and you know, he was just like, I know who you guys are, I know who Dick is, you know, I know who all the Titans are, and it's like, I love that Tim is like in this Midoriya role where it's just like he wants to help people and he wants to be a hero, but it's like he's not a hero. He doesn't have any experience when it comes to these things. He has a bunch of research.
He's just a guy.
It's just like I said, just like Midoriya, like he has all these notes and he knows, like, you know, well, this person does this person did that, this person did that in San Francisco. So he knows everything, but it's just that he's not a quote unquote hero. So it was just cool seeing him working with Hank and Donna, and just the whole fight that took place on the bridge where it's like they were using the weapons and stuff. And I don't know if you guys caught the reference, but when he was trying to think of weapons to use, and then he had got the nunchucks. Now, Alan Richter, who plays Hank, he was Raphael in the Ninja Turtles movie that came out, I want to say, 2015, 2016, something like that.
2016,
So it was just funny that it's like he ended up having the nunchucks instead of having the size that Raphael would have. I just thought that was like a small little Easter egg, but it was funny. Hey, he knew how to use them though, even though he did smack himself in the back of the head with them. He knew how to use them.
He smacked himself in the back of the head like 3 times. Dang.
Yeah. The other thing I want to touch on is, you know, Bruce trying to set up to commit suicide. He got his will going. You know, he's setting things in motion, and you know, he's ready to take his life, I guess. And hey, here come Donna to the rescue.
Hey, one thing we didn't talk about, one thing we ain't touch on is your boy Tim looking like he was on suicide watch. I mean, my man looked like he hasn't slept in 5 days. My man tried to run the red light and get him like in an action movie.
And that's what happened.
He was out there looking like John Wick. Getting clipped up by cars. Oh, Jesus. Good episode, man.
Something else that I wanted to touch on too was, you know, Rachel training on Themyscira. And I know I had mentioned earlier that she kept trying to resurrect Donna, but she couldn't do that. But it's just like, as she's on Themyscira, I can't remember which one. I think Lydia was the older woman, I believe. I can't remember.
I don't remember.
I don't remember if they said their names or not, but the older woman that was, you know, pretty much Rachel's teacher on the island. She was telling the story about how she tried to resurrect her daughter, but she couldn't. So it's just like, it was getting to the point where it's just like, was she just doing this for herself, or was she doing this because it's just like she wanted her daughter to come back to life? Because, you know, sometimes it's like when people die, it's like they're just meant to be dead. They're not meant to be resurrected, because if you resurrect them, then you get the whole pet cemetery thing. You know what I'm saying? Then they come back and they trying to kill people. So, you know, I also thought it was cool, you know, just Rachel just having like that learning experience with the rocks, where she was trying to put them together. She was using her magic and whatnot, and she just couldn't do it because it's like her mind wasn't in the right place. So I'm looking forward to seeing more of her training on Themyscira and what's going to happen after that. There was something else too. You know, just them being in purgatory and it was in black and white. I love that. Another reference too that I was thinking of was in the Crisis on Infinite Earths special in the Arrowverse, where it's like when Oliver, he was like in a purgatory type place as well, because he had ended up dying or something like that. If I remember, if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. But it's like, I was just kind of hoping that it was going to be like some reference, because you know, these shows, like they put these references in there. And the last thing I'm going to say before I let you guys give your final ratings and your final thoughts on the episode is that on Doom Patrol, which I am going to be doing those reviews tonight, there's the third episode, they're in purgatory. You know what I'm saying? So I just thought it was awesome that it's just like on this episode of Titans, they're in purgatory. And then on Doom Patrol, they're in purgatory as well. And it's just cool. You know, it's just cool little references and Easter eggs and whatnot. But
for sure.
Adi, final thoughts on the episode, and what's your rating for it?
I'm gonna give this episode at 8.5 out of 10. I know Trav doesn't do halves, but I like that 8.5. I like the way it rolls off my tongue. Also, do you guys think that Gar is gonna get some sort of a mentor at any point to help him develop his powers, or do you think it's just gonna be him on his own? I mean, there are heroes out there that deal with animals and stuff. I think the guy, what's that one guy's name? Wild Man or something like Animal Man? Something like Animal Man. Yeah, I think that's his name. He wears a mask, like a tiki mask.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He was, was he on Batman Brave and the Bold?
Yeah, he was also on Titans too. I mean, not Titans, Teen Titans.
I was just curious to see what y'all's thoughts were on that before I, pass it to Trav.
It would be cool because it's like, it just feels like, Gar is just there. Like, I mean, like, I know you talked about it before, D, where it's like he only just uses his tiger powers, and it would be interesting for him to learn how to use other animals because like on Teen Titans, the cartoon, like it's just interesting seeing like all of the different animals that he can turn into. Whereas like right now, he hasn't tapped into that ability. I'm getting the feeling before I want Trav's thoughts on this too, but I'm getting the feeling that it's gonna be kind of like I'm falling behind, because if you look at everybody else, they're starting to get all these. They love
like they're starting to progress. Yeah. You know what I mean? He's the only one that's just kind of chilling, really.
Still in the same outfit. Everybody else got new outfits.
Everybody's getting new powers and stuff or upgrades. Trav, what are your thoughts on him getting a mentor of some sort, or do you think it's gonna be him?
I don't remember him ever even having a mentor in the comics. I mean, he's part of a couple teams.
Yes,
so like, I guess by proxy he has mentorship.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But yeah, I guess by proxy he has mentorship. But there's no like Dick Grayson had Bruce, and he never had that. So
no.
I don't see them bringing somebody in to be like, hey, let me show you how your powers go. But it would be cool to maybe get like a Miss Martian thing going on as far as, because I mean, that's supposed to be how he got his powers, with the blood transfer from Miss Martian. So I don't know if they're going to go to that lengths. It'd be cool. Sneak. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, they've been diving pretty hard into like comic lore, and keeping it pretty
the way they're supposed to. So I wouldn't be surprised to see her. Yeah, I mean, this is really fun. Good point. Good point. Yep.
Yeah.
So,
and, what's the other Speedy? I would like to see Speedy too.
Oh, no question.
Be interesting.
Yeah, he's a fun character.
Cool to bring in, Adam Strange or Shazam.
Hey, just keep it right on rolling. They're doing phenomenal.
I mean, it's like I'm really, fingers crossed that next season we get the Judas contract. That's what I'm hoping for next season.
Let's hope it's better than that's one of the lower tier DC animated movies where it just wasn't as good as it should have been.
I thought it was all right for what it was.
Yeah, let's just hope this rendition of that comic series is better than what they did.
Well, I mean, it was better than the Titans episode. I mean, like, of course, on not Titans, Teen Titans, it was more for kids and whatnot.
Right. And it was also one episode.
Yeah, it was like a 2-part episode.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like
I don't think that's the direction that they'll choose. Who was the villain in that one?
Slade.
And
Tara.
Right, and Tara.
Well, okay,
he was manipulating her.
To be the next season.
Right, yeah, he was manipulating her.
Yeah, I want that to be the next season, but even if it's not, like, if they do just introduce Tara.
Oh, yeah.
Well, my thing is they have Blackfire introduced, so the likelihood of them, she's already leading, she's kind of going the way I thought she was going to go. The weird stuff started happening on the previous episode with her and Connor and stuff, so I don't know. I don't trust her. But anyway.
But Trav, your final thoughts and your rating for the episode?
I forgot that D did his rating because we talked so long after.
Oh yeah, I had to ask y'all, man.
Well, I was about to say you ain't asked D for his rating first, but I give it an 8. I would give it an 8.5 if I did halves, but your boy don't. So
I like that. I'm gonna
stick with the 8. Again, another solid episode. Finally, we're getting Raven. Wonder Girl's back in the mix. Bruce might come back into the fold a little bit, and we'll see what happens with that and the fact that he killed Joker and if he'll have to answer for those and stuff. We got 3 more episodes, right? There's 12?
13.
13. So we got 4 more to ride out to see where we're going with this.
Yeah.
But I think by the end of it, Bruce is gonna come head to head with Red Hood. Yeah. Huh?
I don't think he's gonna. I mean, because I already see Jason coming back, and
I don't mean fighting. I mean maybe Bruce will be the reason why Jason fully comes back.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? Batman has said some powerful stuff to him, like when he was like, "You don't think I'm strong enough," and all that stuff, and Bruce was like, "You don't got to be a superhero to be my son."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I love you regardless. So I think we'll get an emotional moment coming up.
Yeah,
it's a little crazy. Real quick, I think that it may be a situation where Bruce actually uses the Lazarus Pit to bring the Joker back to right his wrong.
I don't see Bruce doing that, but I can see somebody else doing it. That's why I don't think the Joker's dead.
I'm not a fan of that, only because I don't want to see Joker in this series.
Because you bring him back, you bring him back, you still lock him up. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Well, I'm just saying it would be a way for Bruce to atone for what he's done. The only way, really, because it's Bruce. He's screwed up. It's kind of weird.
For me,
to have him kill him.
I do think that Hank is going to come back eventually. Yeah, I mean, you know how comic books are. Nobody ever stays dead.
Get the Dragon Balls, bring them back.
I'm pretty sure there's going to be a way for Hank to come back, and also too, there was something that Hank had said to Donna that really stood out to me, and it was about her still being a hero, and how when Hank was telling Donna about Jason and how he had killed him and whatnot, and he was telling her about wanting to get revenge and all that stuff, because when Deathstroke had killed Garth, it's just she was set out on getting revenge. And remember when Dick was manipulating Deathstroke's son, she was on board with it, you know what I'm saying, because she wanted to get revenge. So it was just cool just seeing that little dialogue between them. But I don't think I had said my rating, but I'll give this an 8 out of 10. And let us know in the comments what you thought about this week's episode. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Let us know what your rating is. Trav, let everybody in social media land know where they can find you at.
Hey, that's right. You can find me on the Instagram at ZK Audio. Then you can head on over to the Twitter and find me at TRAVIOSZK. And of course, man, where they gonna find my boy Rebellious D at?
You can find me, Rebellious_D23 at Instagram.com. And Banks, it look like they're getting the band back together, brother. What's left of it? If they need another fill-in hero, tell them where they can find you at.
You can find me, your hero, Benjamin Banks, at KingBenji_Banks on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me on Facebook at Benjamin Banks. I should be the first person to pop up. If not, then I need to contact Mr. Zuckerberg. Thank you again for watching this review. Make sure you check out some more of our reviews that we have here on the channel, along with reaction videos and interviews. Check out our podcast where we drop new episodes every Tuesday. And then that episode is up here on YouTube that Friday. Like I always say, keep that pinky up. Stay positive. We'll see you next time on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Peace. Thank you for watching a brand new episode of Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. Make sure that you hit that like button and you subscribe to our channel. Hit the bell button so that way you're always notified when we have new content on our channel. Make sure you check out our podcast where we release new episodes every Tuesday, and the video of that episode is uploaded on Friday. And you can find new episodes of our podcast on all podcast platforms. Make sure you follow all the Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks social media accounts at Leveling Up Banks on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Also, we have a Patreon. If you're feeling generous and would love to donate to us, it's at Leveling Up Banks. And huge shout out to our patrons. We really appreciate you and thank you for the support. We'll see you next time on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks.